Hello and welcome back to the 5 Minute Film Club. Now I know it's been a moment, but I couldn't let this day go past without continuing our tradition of reviewing a Friday the 13th film on this date. We're in the endgame now with Jason Goes to Hell, directed by Adam Marcus and released in 1993. The film starts with the familiar Friday setup. A young woman arrives at a cabin in the woods at night and is stalked by Jason. He chases her through the woods where the plot takes a bizarre turn. She's actually an undercover FBI agent, and Jason is ambushed by a SWAT team who lay into him with various high-powered weapons until he's finally blown to Kingdom Come by a grenade launcher. This isn't the end though. It's just the beginning of this film's strange tale. Jason's body is taken to the morgue where his body parts are weighed and catalogued. Then something strange happens. His heart starts beating again and puts the coroner in a trance. He then eats the heart and in doing so ingests the soul of the murderous Jason Voorhees. The possessed coroner then murders his way back to Camp Crystal Lake. Meanwhile, a bounty hunter is on his trail, believing that the only way to kill Jason truly dead forever is that he must die at the hand of another Voorhees, and that the only way he can be reborn is through another Voorhees. That last bit will lead to some icky revelations later on. We also meet Jason's half-sister Diana Kimball, her daughter Jessica, and Jessica's daughter, baby Stephanie. Stephanie's estranged father, played by John de LeMay, is Stephen Freeman. LeMay, who also happened to star in the TV series of Friday the 13th, which bears no relation to the actual film series, just has the same name. He must become the hero of our story to overcome Jason and save his family. This is a welcome change, I think, from the series' usual female protagonists. LeMay does a great job of transforming into the saviour of the day. He gradually loses his boyish and childish ways, as seen when he stops wearing his glasses, and has his fingers broken by Creighton Duke to get clues about Jason's whereabouts. That scene, even watching it now, at the age that I am, it's the noise, it's the cracking. I have to turn down the sound every time I watch that bit. Tracking Jason is a bit challenging though, because he can transform into another person after killing one. He reveals his true form, a little squid-like demon that leaves your mouth and enters the other person's mouth. This is particularly gross. It's also quite silly, quite funny, but it's just a little strange that we've got to this point of the series and Jason is no longer just the machete-wielding lunatic that pops out of nowhere. He's actually just this little squid demon. Just think about that. Machete to squid demon. Jason kills Diana and must kill Kimberly and her daughter to achieve immortality. There's a subplot here where Kimberly is also in the relationship with a not great TV news reporter, and he goes about and he steals Diana's body from the morgue so he can take it to dress his set at the Voorhees house. It's all just there to make sure that Diana's body is in the Jason Voorhees house as the finale happens. And that's where we end up. Essentially, Adam Marcus has said that Jason is a deadite who is resurrected by the Necronomicon by Pamela Voorhees, when she just wants her son back after he drowned. However, New Line didn't actually own the rights to The Evil Dead, so he just kept that quiet, and that's just his sort of headcanon for what's going on. After all that, Kimberly finally vanquishes Jason by stabbing him with a magic dagger, forcing demons from hell to drag him back home. As our reunited family walks off, Jason's mask appears in the dust, and Freddy Krueger's glove bursts out, grabbing it, and this sets up one of the most anticipated matchups of all time, but we're not quite there yet. Following the mess of Jason Part 8, Paramount Pictures wasn't keen on continuing the series, but New Line Pictures, who had made a name for themselves with the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and returning director Sean S. Cunningham, wanted to make a Freddy vs. Jason film. They managed to buy the rights to Jason Voorhees. A little aside here, Paramount actually forgot to sell the title of Friday the 13th, and that opened up a rather large can of legal worms, which is still being unpicked today. More on that maybe in another video. Jason Goes to Hell was seen as the setup for the Freddy vs. Jason film, and a way to generate some cash for the character to get that film made. The script was written and picked apart by several writers, and even though a finished script wasn't locked in, the project was greenlit anyway, which I think speaks to the enduring popularity of Jason even in the early 1990s. Jason Goes to Hell also marks Adam Marcus's directorial debut. Fresh out of film school, he was hired by Cunningham to direct a feature for Disney called My Boyfriend's Back, but Disney didn't want a first-time director and so dropped him. However, Marcus was a big Jason fan and impressed Cunningham with his idea of killing Jason off at the start of the film and then revealing him again as his more familiar form in the final act. There are several variations on how well Marcus and Cunningham got on during the filming of this, whose idea it was to remove the mask and not have Jason appear in the film. Adam saying it was Cunningham's. Cunningham was loving all of these ideas and saying, go for it, yeah, it's brilliant. And then other ones saying, well, actually, Sean S. Cunningham did a lot of directing, he did a lot of hand-holding, he didn't want to do the things that were in the script, and he would never have got rid of the mask. I haven't actually watched Adam Marcus's film that he released last year called Hearts of Darkness, which is a making of Jason Goes to Hell, but I'm really intrigued to see his side of the story. He's a very fun interviewee. This film differs from the other Jason films in several ways. Surprisingly, I don't mind it. After 8 films of following that similar template, it's refreshing to be in a new decade and have something that's a bit more interesting. The story isn't perfect, it's all very convenient, and it tries to tie itself up in knots because of the lore that's attached to it. However, apart from all that, it's a really solid entry, I think. Even if it is a bit Marmite, you either like this one or you detest it, it seems. But personally, I think it's much better than the other 90s outings for Freddy and for Michael, with Freddy's Dead and, God, the Curse of Michael Myers. Those 2 films to me feel very tired. But this one at least has some youth and energy in front of the camera, but also behind it. Thank you very much for watching this review of Jason Goes to Hell, and happy Friday the 13th. Next month, we're back again with Jason X, and that's actually my entry point to this series. More on that next month. But until then, I'll just say thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.